7, our sister stations, Be the Match and Good Morning America, teaming up for the One Match Second Chance campaign.
Yeah, we are celebrating 10 years since Robin Roberts returned to work after her bone marrow transplant, and we are asking people to consider joining the registry. Well, someone who already knows all about it is Kat Mena. She is the Be the Match donor, and she's joining us live tonight. Welcome to the Hour of Power, the stream team here at 7 o'clock. You really, exhibit the Hour of Power because you gave life to someone because of your donation. Tell us about why you did it, when you did it, and how it works.
Yeah, so it was November 2020, which was obviously a very chaotic time in our country.
Yeah, right.
And my cousin was a student at DePaul, and she was working on a campaign to shrink the gap with minorities on the registry. I'm half Hispanic, and I learned that over 50% of Hispanics in need of a stem cell transplant cannot find a donor. And so I decided that on election day, I would take something into my own hands and I would join the registry. So I joined the registry and I posted about it and got some friends to join, and then almost exactly a year to the date later, I got the call that I was a match.
Wow. And so you went, can you talk about what, and here's some of your we want to talk about your social media in a minute because you also encountered some other people who have followed your lead and changed lives. Can you talk about that right there? People see that and they wonder, did it hurt?
Right.
What did I have to go? I'm hesitant because they're going to put a needle in me, and someone like you can really relate and tell them what it felt like.
Yeah, so to join the registry, it takes 2 seconds. You just swab your cheeks and send it in the mail. But the actual process is not as painful as I think it might have used to be. So it's 5 days of just injections to increase your stem cell production. You feel a little achy, but nothing that's worse than a headache. And then the day of, you're there, you're just hooked up to a machine, and the pain goes, any aches go away because the cells are obviously getting taken out of your body. And I felt perfectly fine the next day.
So great, yeah.
Yeah, and it's a year later, and look at you, you're sharing your story with us. And you've been inspirational on social media. You've shared everything. You've taken people inside the hospitals with you. Why do you think it's important to share your story publicly?
I think it's just because it's so simple. It literally takes no time to join the registry, and you can save someone's life. And there's not a lot of opportunities to do that in the world. And so if I could save somebody's life and give them more time with their family and their kids and just on this earth, then I'm going to do it.
And we were asking who it may be that received your donation. And there's a process. I think people should know that you can't necessarily find out unless both agree, because some people want to do it and remain anonymous or vice versa. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so a year after your donation, you and your recipient have the opportunity to just sign some waivers to release your contact information, and if both parties obviously agree to do it, then you can meet them. So I'm gonna do it. I just hit my 1 year, and I'm just hoping that he does too.
Now, we heard the numbers, the statistics when it comes to minorities and, of course, siblings, and familial people who donate. Talk about the difficulties. You think familial is easy, but it's not always the case. The numbers aren't as high as you would think they would be.
Yeah, honestly, it's pretty crazy. I mean, the way that, just getting blood and being, same blood type is one thing, but this is a lot deeper because it's really your stem cells. It's your cells that need to be matched. So, my twin sister, she's on the registry and she didn't match with, my person. So clearly we don't have, the same, I forget what it's called, but sequencing or whatever.
Right.
So yeah, it is pretty wild.
But that's interesting.
You encountered a man in Colorado, right? You shared your story,
Yeah.
and then his story blew up, right? So I mean, just by you sharing it on social media, it has now kind of spun into so much more.
Yeah, I shared it on LinkedIn, just knowing the viral effect, and he took my link and shared it in his post. His post also went viral, and we got over 1,000 people in 1 week to join the.
Wow.
Yeah.
So he saw it on your LinkedIn profile.
Yeah,
you said I registered and.
Right, I did it.
I did it, and then he opened my link that had my little code in his browser, not knowing that it was my link, and put it in his post, and then his post got millions of views, and thousands of people joined, so it was wild.
We've been having a lot of events here in the Chicago area this week because of this, donation process. What would you call the most surprising or unique part of this donation process?
Honestly, the simplicity of it.
Okay.
Like, it is really simple. And I've had so many friends join the registry now, and everyone's just, excited because it's an awesome feeling to be able to to save somebody's life. So
Someone watching who might be on the fence or now wants to do this, what would you say to encourage people to do this? Because here you are talking to us on live television about a simple gesture that you made that saved a life, and you've now saved likely hundreds of lives just by volunteering your time.
yeah, honestly, just do it. Like, you can literally save somebody's life, and it takes 2 seconds and then a little bit of discomfort, but the pain that you're going to feel going through the process is nothing compared to what, you know, this individual is probably going through on the daily basis. So
I can't wait till you guys meet up.
Yes, you have to share.
You're
Right, share
I mean,
it with us.
I think can you do it live with us? I don't
I
know.
would love that.
Well,
I
we
mean,
would-
let's do it here on the Hour of Power stream
I would
team.
love
You
that.
meet here, you tell them to meet here, and then you guys can do it live on TV.
Yes.
We would love to capture that moment because, again, you saved a life. I mean, what did you do today, Rob?
Yeah, no,
She
not
saved a
that.
life,
I
okay?
think I gave you a hard time in the commercial. Yeah, I haven't saved a life, that's for sure.
Right, but you too can save a life.
Right.
Yeah,
You
right,
can.
yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing your story.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we really enjoyed learning about you. And if you want to join the registry, as Kat said, it's simple. It just takes a simple cheek swab, and you can scan this QR code on your screen to get more information. It takes you right to the One Match Second Chance homepage. I know we just put this up for 15, 20 seconds. We have it on our webpage. If you're watching us there too, you can find that code and help somebody out.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah,
Best
thanks for
blessings to you, Kat. You
you.
lifesaver, you.
Watch breaking news on YouTube. Subscribe to ABC7 Chicago Eyewitness News.